The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the May 27th, the Thirsty Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that, well, is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I do want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, hey, we've got you covered there too. You can always send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question in our Tigers Den. Well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to La Show. Right now, we got all the U.S. indices trading to the upside. The Dow's up 126, the S&P 11, the NASDAQ is up 4, semis are up 26, Russell's up 22, tranny's 162. You've got the spot volatility down 80 cents, trading at 16.56, well below its 50-day exponential moving average. Gold's up $8, silver's up 4 cents. Light sweet crude up 32 pennies, trading out at 66.53. The dollar winner to the upside, leader, is Transdigm Group up 21 bucks or 3%. Beyond that is Beyond Meat, 14 bucks. Charles River Labs up 12, Lamb Research 11, DoorDash up 10. To the downside, it's Okta up $23 or 10%, Booking Holdings 15, less than 0.75% to the downside. Mercado Libre off 1% or $14 and change. Amazon down 12, Intuit down 10 bucks. So there's certainly things to look at. I want to look at what you want to look at. Only one request in so far. Let's just go take a look at the equity markets, and then we'll come back to this request on Facebook for Stash. Let's go take a look at our TAS market profiles. What do we know at 1:09 in the afternoon? As of 1:09 in the afternoon, we can see that the ES Mini is trading above the top of its daily profile. It is the only one of the four that is trading above resistance or the top of the daily profile. What you're going to want to watch there at the end of the day's trading session is the level of 41.9650. A close above that suggests the ES Mini targets 42.38. The NQ, still troubling. It's got major resistance. It has weekly sellers and daily sellers in between 13,727 and 13,750. So no wonder it is struggling. Earlier in the trading session, the Dow was trading above the top of that daily profile, 34,460. Watch its close. A close above 34,460 is going to signal a retest of the highs or taking out the prior highs out there. And the Russell 2000, it's on its way up to the top of that daily profile, 2277, and above that up to the 2320-ish area, which is part of its larger consolidation pattern. So that's what's going on when we take a look at the equity futures contracts. Let's go take a look at our first request out here for Stash, and that question is Facebook. The question is, it's really just kind of a statement. Steve, will Facebook, no, it's a question, will Facebook remain strong? Well, how do I know that? Well, let's go take a look at what its charts are telling us. I believe we looked at Facebook a couple of days ago with Stash, and one of the things that I believe we noticed, or really probably two things we noticed. One was, hey, this looks like it might be forming a TD9 count. Voila, it has. It completed that pattern. I can't say completed. It generated that pattern yesterday because it generated bar 9, and bar 8 or 9 was the high of the pattern. But remember, it can be the bar following bar 9 today that really sets up that top. So will it remain strong? Here's what we know right now, Stash, is you've got a valid TD9 count. Is that important in the case of Facebook? Well, look, the last bottom was a TD9 count. That was on April 22nd. Then its prior top, which was April 8th, was a top. That was with a top with a TD9 count. So I'd say, yeah, maybe the third time's a charm. Now, I'm not saying to jettison the position. Of course, I don't know where you're in on this trade. So that creates a whole different dynamic. But here's what we do know. You've got a valid topping pattern that has formed out here. That makes today's high, whatever that high is going to be, a real critical level for you to watch and observe. Now, let me come back here. Probably the other thing that we looked at was the mere fact that price was moving into its swing point. This is a swing point that had volume on a daily basis, April 29th. The volume there was 56 million shares. When we took a look at this a few days ago, price was moving in with 16 million shares, 10 million shares. So it's moving into a swing point with light volume. The key level to be watching here, so you could get a failure. So we've got a TD9 count topping pattern. Here you're testing a prior swing point on much lighter volume. If price closes below 331.81, you'll have a failure at that swing point. And that would suggest a move back. And a move back to where? Well, when you get the TD9 count, or any kind of a topping pattern, the very first level that I look to is that oscillator and change line. In this case here, Facebook, it's green. That may be all that it does with regard to a pullback. That's currently priced at 325. I don't know. Below that, then we'd be looking at profile levels, maybe breakout areas. But your question is it strong? Well, yeah, it is strong, but it's up at a swing point with lighter volume. You could have two signals today to suggest that it's time to take a rest. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong. Now, how will you know what to do? Well, what I like to do is go over to the 30-minute time frame charts. That's what we have up on our table, right on our screen right now. And in this, you can see that on a 30-minute basis, this has formed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Now, notice how on a 30-minute basis, price has not closed below its oscillator and change line. And as long as that level holds, then the signal is neutral to bullish. But if price does close below it, then you're looking to move back to 329.81. And below 329.81, well, I'm not going to say 311.17, even though I said 311.17. I'm really not saying 311.17, even though that's what the chart panel says. So right now, yeah, it's still strong, but watch the short-term time frame charts. Watch 329.81. That'll give you a pretty good idea of where price is going to head to. And remember, we said on the daily basis, the very first target to the downside is in that 325 level. So Stash Rooney, I hope that helps you out with regard to Facebook. Thanks so much for writing in. Let's go to our first caller, and that's Marvin in Tennessee. Marvin, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Hey, great, Stevie Wonder. First time call in here. I appreciate your show. My question is about the December corn. I'm going to have market about 10,000 acres up here. And
right.
Looks like we've got a 3/8 pullback on the weekly and an 18 EMA. Is that the bottom of this thing?
So you're looking at a weekly chart to make your decisions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I need to just switch my panel up here to one that's got the weekly for you. So give me a second. So it's the December corn we're looking at out here, and we'll pull that up on my screen. And I'm also going to do for us is get to the forward futures contract. So give me a second to pull all this stuff up for you. And how's the growing season?
Oh, it's great. It's ahead of last year.
Okay, good. Now, corn having a heck of a move today. And so as I take a look at the daily profiles out here, and we're about to go to a hard break, Marvin, so I'm going to ask you to hold on. But right now, December corn should be targeting, the resistance area for December corn is between 553.70 and 564.70. Marvin, hold on. We'll be right back. We'll certainly take a look at the weekly chart as soon as we get back. Steve Rhodes with TFNN.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. We're on the line with Marvin. We're taking a look at December corn, and Marvin's question was, did corn bottom out here? So I'm going to first do and take a look at the December corn contract with you. So I know you're asking about the weekly. I want to show you first what it did on a daily time frame. So as we take a look at December corn here, this formed what I call Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. It does this back on the trading session. It gets that pattern confirmed on the trading day of May 10th. Now, what took place yesterday was price pulled all the way back to the level where it broke out. The breakout level, and this is an objective level for breakout. It's based upon using that TD9 count pattern, and that's at 504 even Steven. And what price did yesterday was it pulled back, it tested that, created a bullish hammer candle, and rejected that. So that tells us that daily traders were attempting to form a bottom. Now, it doesn't have a bottom pattern, the type like an A to B equals CD or TD9 count. It doesn't have to. The pattern here was price pulled back to the breakout level. So it is an indication to you that it did bottom. Now we've got to deal with the information. So does that make sense first?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. So now, and I'm going to stay with the daily chart here for a moment. Now what we're dealing with is corn is moving up. It's had a nice day yesterday in that rejection, nice day today, and price is moving up into its resistance zone. And that resistance zone, I gave that to you. I want to make sure the number's about 553 to 564. And if price can clear that, a close above 564, then what that's going to signal for you, and this comes back now to the weekly time frame. And on this chart here, the weekly time frame that I'm showing are its TAS market profiles. So a close above 564.70 is going to get you up, or should get you up, to the $600 area. Does that help?
Great. I see that on your screen, yes.
Okay. So those yellow lines are the weekly profiles. Did it find a bottom? Did it hold a bottom on the weekly? No, it didn't. But price was pushing down yesterday. And this is the daily time frame, even though I'm showing weekly and daily profiles up here. All price was doing was getting back to that breakout area. Now, if price were to close below that breakout area, let me give that figure to you again. That was 504 even. Then that's going to signal that price should pull back into the 449 area. That's not its message right now, but you've got the battle that's in front of you, and let's see how this plays out. The short-term charts, no reason for, well, I guess I can go to a 30-minute time frame chart. I will. So on the 30-minute time frame chart, it says that the move today is not over, and that price should continue to move higher. And the reason that we conclude that is this did form a TD9 count pattern. It did it about an hour ago. There wasn't even a hiccup. There wasn't even a sideways move. Prices continued above that. It's telling us about a strong momentum move to the upside. So we should see corn get into that resistance zone out there. All right, Marvin?
Sounds great.
Anything else I can do for you?
No, appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, great. You're welcome, and thanks so much for calling in. We want to see you as a second-time caller, though, sometime in the future, all right?
You bet. You betcha.
Okay.
Thank you, Steve. Bye.
You bet. You have a great day. Later, there is another question that's come in by email. And again, folks, you can send me email, steve@tfnn.com, or you can call in like Marvin at 877-927-6648. This question is from Mark. Mark in Windsor, Ontario. Hi, great. Mark, thanks so much for writing in. And Mark's question, I'm trying to multitask here and really get back to where I need to be. SKLZ is what Mark is writing in about. That is Skills Inc. And Mark's question is, would you be able to give me your opinion on what to do with Skills? You're in at 1571. It's trading at 1702. Right now, just looking at these charts, we say stay, baby, stay. Now, the reason, Mark, that we would conclude that is yesterday, price closed above the top of a bearish structured daily profile. That profile level is 1676. You'd like to see price close above 1676 today. If you do, the signal there is that price should make its way to 1854. 1854 is the center of its weekly profile, and a close on a weekly basis above 1854 is going to take you to 2468. So in looking at the profile charts out here, you've got everything that you want for price to continue to move higher. It's not a guarantee that it moves higher, but you've got everything. There is no reason to sell. That much is for sure, based upon the technical patterns out there. As I pull up my white background chart for you, we're going to find that today is bar number 4 of a TD9 count. We can also see that its TD9 breakdown resistance level is 1935. That likely on the daily time frame is your next battle, 1935. Now, what you don't want to see take place, today's bar 4. Let's say 5 bars from now, this creates a TD9 count, and it does it below 1935. That would not be what you want to see, or it might be what you want to see, and would tell you, okay, this is just in a consolidation. And maybe you would trade it to the downside. Although it's a $20, $18 instrument, I take that back. You would never short a $20. An ETF, different story because it's a bundle. But an individual equity at $20, the risk reward with this, when this is traded all the way up to $46 just within the last year out here, yeah, you wouldn't do that. But right now, Mark, everything looks hunky-dory when we take a look at Skills. Just quick peek at the short-term time frame chart. I don't see anything else out here to suggest otherwise. So, hey, congrats on the trade. Stay with it. Watch those resistance levels, and certainly write back to me or give us a call if we can be of any further help. Let me take a quick peek, see if there's any other questions. I don't believe there's anything else. I don't have anything in the Tiger's Den that I'm aware of, and I don't have anything here. KO in YouTube. KO. Is that Coke? That's Coca-Cola. What's the question? Yes, it's in YouTube. I need to know what the question is, maybe just to look at Coke. But here's what we know about KO. Just take a look. Well, we are taking a look. And that look says, hey, I want to go to higher ground. Where is Coca-Cola headed to? Ticker symbol KO. Come on, folks. Look at my screen. Look at the daily. Where's price trading? Above the top of the daily profile. Now look to the weekly. Where's price trading? Above the top of the weekly profile. Let's go to the monthly. Where is price trading? Well, it's trading inside the bearish structured monthly profile. and that suggests that price should head up to the 57.74 level. That is, unless we see some kind of topping signal on the shorter term time frames. In this case here, shorter term would be daily and weekly. So let's go take a look at the daily time frame first. And on the daily time frame, what we see when we come to Coke is we can see that Rhodes momentum indicator pattern that formed with that bearish shooting star on May 10th. Since then, all we've seen is a sideways move with price coming back. Really, it's just a consolidation type pattern, but price coming back to test the bottom of that daily profile, which held. Right now, with regard to Coke, you can see it's trading into that resistance. Maybe this is just inside this consolidation. Can't bust it to the upside. Now it may try to bust it to the downside. And by busting it to the downside, we're talking about getting to 53.59, maybe down to a low of 53.61. That's what the daily time frame chart is telling us. The weekly time frame chart is saying, hey, guess what, Steve-O? I've got a TD9 count pattern. It's active. However, in those moves lower, on the weekly time frame chart, you would not sell. Why? Because what price did was it pulled back and it tested that green oscillator on change line. So from a weekly perspective, the signal here is neutral. It's neutral. It's got a valid top. Nothing to be concerned about. The daily says, hey, we're in a sideways consolidation out here. Monthly time frame chart, we already talked about that, and that says, hey, price wants to move up into that 57.74 level. But that's not going to happen until you see price take out that shooting star. And that means you've got to see it close above 55.50. But right now, the signal, just sideways action inside of ticker symbol KO. And that was for Classic Coke in the YouTube channel. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find a newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den trading room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. The phone lines are open. The email lines are open. The Dow's up 114. The S&P is up 9. We've got a question inside the Tiger's Den to go take a look at Palantir. PLTR is the ticker symbol. This is one that we were studying, I believe, with Victor in Paramus, New Jersey, and we were talking about the TD9 count. This formed a nice TD9 count bottom, did that on May the 11th. And now, and the question is, should this individual stay with this trade? They are long this trade. They've been trading it. And the answer is yes. You've got a nice valid bottom. Price over the last 3 days was able to take out the resistance level of that TAS market profile. That's a plus. That's a change in trend signal. That really tells us that price is going to go tag the 2414 level. 2414 is a TD9 breakdown area. Price might clear that. And if it does, then what you're looking at is 2573. That would be the next TD9 breakdown level. But the question was, should this individual hold it? And there is not anything that we see inside the charts to suggest not to hold it. The weekly time frame chart, what we see here is prices below the bottom of its weekly profile. But the bottom of that profile is 2475. So we feel pretty comfortable that 2414 is the price target and where it's headed to. Real quickly on a short-term time frame chart, do we have any kind of a top that's in place? The answer is we do not. So stick with Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR. Back to our YouTube channel. I believe we've got another question. Is that correct? Let's see here. This is LRN is the ticker symbol. I believe that is being requested. That is Stride. Let me get that fired up on my other system. And there's also a request to take a look at, well, there's 3 of them. So we got that one. We've got Boeing. I can't get that rolling. Let me see. Come on. There we go. Whoops, shoot. And then we're going to take a look at, give me a moment. What was the other one? QS. Okay, so I've just got everything kind of fired up here. So when we take a look at LRN, which is Stride Inc., here's what we know. It's been testing the bottom of its daily profile. It's really fairly balanced, meaning the center is pretty much in the center. 2642 is your level of support. The weekly profile that it's testing, and price is trading just below it right now, is 2708. You don't want to see it close below 2708 because that could suggest lower price. And lower price would mean 1884. It's just LRN, Steve-O. What did you do that for? LRN. So that didn't help because now I got to wait for everything to populate. But what we want to do is we want to wait for things to populate. I want to see, did this generate any kind of Rhodes momentum indicator signal today? Because price certainly did push to a lower low. And so the question is, was it doing it with strength or without strength? So that's why we're waiting for these other charts to populate. I just simply... I don't know why it's not populated. Maybe it's working on the other stuff. But let's hit this button here, and there we go. Voila. Ooh. So this is for Sylvina inside the Tiger's Den. And it did generate, or it has generated so far today, a bottoming signal. It's called wave number 7. That's courtesy of the Chapman wave as it got to wave number G. That is our 7th wave stretch. Now, what we don't know is whether this is G or tomorrow or the next day, because if there's lower lows, the count continues. But right now we'll say, hey, because it's back inside its daily profile, odds favor that it is at least a short-term bottom. Now, where's price going to bounce to? That's simple, the oscillator and change line. Not much higher than where we're trading, 27.37. If price can get above that, where's it headed to? 28.01. And above 28.01, you'd be looking at 30.21. So that's the progression with regard to ticker symbol LRN. With regard to the question, did it form a bottom? It absolutely has that 7th wave move. Let's go look at that 30-minute time frame chart. Or any of our short-term time frame charts. No bottom signal here, no bottom pattern is really what I should say. So that's a bummer. Let's look at the 65-minute chart. Also, no bottom pattern, but a nice big old hammer candle, that's for sure. And on the 130-minute chart, what do we have? Same thing. No, that was still a 65. Sorry. But as I look at the 130, and I look at the 195, yeah. So the only signal we've got out here for LRN is that 7th wave. We should see at least 27.37. So the initial levels where price are targeting are the levels that you should be watching. Sylvina. The next question was for Boeing. This is a twofer out here. So let's go take a look at ticker symbol BA. Having a nice day, or at least it was earlier, and still is having a nice day. Nice gap to the upside. Look, this thing closed above the bottom or the top of its daily profile last week. It is now above the top of its weekly profile, and it is above the top of its monthly profile. So let's try to figure out where is it that Boeing is headed to, looking at the daily and weekly time frame charts. So what we're in essence doing is looking for the TD9, if there was one, resistance area. Now, I don't have one out here. So here's what we know about Boeing, at least for the daily time frame. You're in bar number 4. There's no signals here to suggest that price should not continue to move higher. As I look at the weekly time frame chart, we talked about how price was above the top of that weekly profile. Well, guess what? It's also above the top of a green oscillator and change line. So in this case here, closing above 244.28 is a bullish signal and would suggest our target then just simply becomes the prior swing point. That prior swing point high is 278.57 out there. And on a 30-minute basis, I don't have anything for you. So with regard to Boeing, yeah, the answer is it looks like it's headed higher. That is ticker symbol BA. And it's headed higher. And our targets become that prior swing point again in the 278-ish type area. So thanks so much for writing in. Let's go to one of our questions inside the Tiger's Den, and that is for Quantum Escape Corporation. Ticker symbol here is QS. And what we know about QS is that price is now trading with inside a brand new profile that formed. That profile's got support at 24.47 and resistance at the 28.71 area. Let's pull over QS, see if we can figure out what QS is doing on the daily time frame. Voila, there you go. You got it. What do you got? You got the bottom. So, folks, if you're listening in and you're looking for something to trade, you like these signals that we take a look at, then you've got your indication to go ahead and take a long position right now, right here. Of course, we'll look at the short-term time frame charts, but based on the daily time frame, you got your message to take a long position. What do you mean, Steve-O? Yesterday was a bull sash candle. That was your bullish reversal candle. We had price moving lower, doing with less relative energy. That was part of the Rhodes momentum signal out here, and now price is inside a profile. So you've got everything you want. What we don't know is will price take out the top of that profile. So the next battle, for those of you that are long QuantumScape, QS, is going to be at 28.71. And if price can take out 28.71, you're going to have a ride on the reading that should take you up to the 38.14, because that's what I'm reading on my charts out here. If we take a quick peek here at the short-term time frames, the 30-minute, what do we have? We had a nice little Rhodes momentum indicator. Top price just pulled back to test support, so nothing broken here. So, yeah, this says your time to enter would be about right now. I don't have any kind of signal on the 10-minute chart to suggest otherwise. So if the question was, what was the question? It was TB in the Tiger's Den asked the question, has QS bottomed? And the answer to your question there was a absolute positive yes. Your next battle, 28.71. Best of luck to you in that trade on QuantumScape. Let's see, do we have anything else out here? Thank you still. Bill Gates likes it all. That's a bummer, TB. You didn't want to tell me that. Bill Gates is a crook. He is a low-life scumbag, just to kind of put it out there. But let's go. Oh, we're going to a break out here. And when we get back from this break, we'll go take a look at our next request coming in from Ben. And Ben wants to take a look at Roku, R-O-K-U.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 99. S&P is up 7. Let's go take a look at Roku. Roku formed a nice buy the D point out here. It confirms that pattern back on May the 11th out here, and it's had a nice run. It was inside a bullish structured daily profile, and now price is above it. That level above it is 345.97. So that says what we should do out here, Ben, is go take a look at the weekly time frame. When we look at the weekly time frame, we can see that price is within inside its bullish structured weekly profile. And this week, that means tomorrow, if price can close above 345.31, Roku is signaling to you it wants to go make that move to 387. Let's pull over Stevie's other chart, see if there's anything else out here for you to be concerned with. Today's going to become bar number 8 of a TD9 count, but since the high right now is on bar number 6, you're not going to worry about that. However, if price does spike tomorrow or Monday, I won't be with you. I'll be off all next week. Of course, nobody will be here on Monday, but all next week and the following Monday out here. So you're going to want to watch that. If over the course of the next couple of days, you see a spike in Roku that takes price above 356.70, that could be setting up a TD9 count top. Is that important to Roku? Well, yeah, it is. The last time that this formed a top was on the trading day of April 14th. That was your TD9 count top right into a support level, an old support level that clearly became resistance, but it was really the TD9 count top out there. So on Roku, that's what it looks like on the daily time frame. The weekly, no problems out here. Should continue to do what we said, which is head up to the top of that weekly profile. If I take a look at the monthly, no signals there, no bearish signals, that is. So Roku should continue higher, but your preference is not for it to continue much higher until you get to Tuesday. Well, I guess that would be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week. So Ben from Virginia, thanks so much for writing in. Much appreciated. Hope that helps you out. The next request from John in the Tiger's Den is to take a look at the gold. So as we go take a look at Goldilocks out here, let's go see how gold is trading in all the major currencies. To do that, we go take a look at, I believe it's this chart. Yes, it is. And what we can see here is, hey, gold priced in yen, they've got a big party going on. But gold priced in pounds, they're saying, hey, not so much. It's trading lower. So higher in yen, lower in pounds, and slightly low, a little bit lower in dollars, and a little bit lower in euros out here. So no breakouts today going on. We take a look at how gold is trading in all those currencies. We take a look at gold, silver, the U.S. dollar index. Well, here, the U.S. dollar index, that is on the very right-hand panel. And the U.S. dollar index has not generated the bullish breakout message just yet. You can see it's trying to, and it's trying to by trying to take out that descending trend line. But look, if price continues to go sideways out here, it's going to look like it took out that trend line just by moving sideways. So then that says, well, now what the U.S. dollar index has to do, must do, in order to prove itself that it's in its bullish ways, is close above 90.25. But it is still trying to form a bottom. Well, guess what? Gold is trying to form a top. It did that yesterday, or it may have done that yesterday, and that was because yesterday was bar number 9 of a TD9 count. So you got to keep a close eye on what the U.S. dollar index is doing, because if gold, in fact, does have a TD9 that's going to take traction, you should see a pullback. If you take a look at silver, silver formed its top back on the trading day of, let's get that exact trading day, that was on May 19th. That was because it confirmed a sell the D-point pattern. Right now, price is consolidating with inside its profiles. How else can we take a look at Goldilocks? Well, we can go take a look at Stevie's 8-panel charts for gold. To do that, you've got to give me a second to stop sharing this screen, start sharing another screen, and we're getting relatively efficient at that. And now you can see our 9-panel chart. So on the positive side, on the monthly basis, you've got gold above that green oscillator and change line. However, on a weekly time frame, we can see that this is going to become bar number 9 of a TD9 count. So now you got the double nines out here. You've got a TD9 on a weekly and a TD9 on the daily. Now, here's the cool thing about gold. Here's the cool thing about the TD9 count pattern. You can see on the daily time frame chart, let me just expand it, make it a little bit easier for you, is even though we've got the valid TD9 count, let me pull this back just a tad, there we go, would you sell that? And Stevie would say, well, if you're trading based upon daily signals, then the answer is no, absolutely, positively not. That doesn't mean that gold won't trade lower. But what gold must do in order to say, hey, there may be trouble in River City, is it must close below Stevie's green line, 1884.60. Look at that green and red line. Look at how that works. It was developed to be able to answer the same question that most people have, which is when we see a pullback, is this just a normal retracement? And if so, where's it going to retrace to? And when does it tell us that, hey, this is more than just a normal retracement? Well, that oscillator and change line, folks, that's the one you want to know. Just go over to the homepage of TFNN, sign up for Mastering Probabilities, learn to use these tools. They're so helpful, and I do try to make it very easy for you to understand just simply by focusing in on what it is that you need to know. Now, back here at the ranch, we take a look at gold on the weekly and the daily. They're the ones generating the topping signals. Well, if we look at a 30-minute time frame chart too, it's generating some signals that's a bummer, because we did see a first break of a TD9 support level on the 30-minute time frame. But while it was doing that, that actually formed a nice TD9 count bottom this morning. It did that at 8:30. The key level to be watching on the short-term time frame, is this just some type of counter trend move on the short-term time frame chart, is going to be $1,900.70. If price gets up to that level, tags it and rejects it, well, then that says price is going to go try to take out the 1893 level. That's on the 30-minute time frame chart. The 60-minute has a Rhodes momentum indicator signal, no bottom pattern out there. The 120 Rhodes momentum indicator signal. The 240 Rhodes momentum indicator signal. The 300, the same thing. So all of the intraday time periods are saying they're respecting. They see that there's TD9 counts ahead of them. Now, back to where I said this is the cool thing about that count. I don't think I said what the cool thing was. Now I'm going to say it. If price closes over yesterday's high, that's going to tell us about a strong momentum move to the upside. So you're going to want to watch that 1913.30 level. If price closed above that, this is just a TD9 count. There was nothing more than maybe a hiccup, a stall, a test of the oscillator and change line, and then price would be on its merry way. Is there anything else that I can show you with regard to Goldilocks? Probably one more chart, but to do that, we're going to have to change screens again. So let's change these screens one more time, and let's come to our long-term set of charts here for gold. Of course, Stevie's got to find those. They should be right in front of me. They're really close. I can feel it. I can feel it. It's got to be maybe the next panel. Right, no, that wasn't it. That was not it. That shouldn't have been it. Where did it go? Oh, bummer. Maybe it's right here. So now, we take a look at gold this way. There is a brand new profile, John, that is attempting to form. It is bearish in structure. It keeps vanishing and coming back, vanishing and coming back, vanishing and coming back. This is the third time. Maybe it's the charm. And this tells us that we've got resistance at 1909.40. That is below yesterday's high. And this tells us the center of our profile is at 1891. If you see a close below 1891, that tells us price should go target 1860. Now, folks, this profile may not hold, may not get the traction it needs to. I won't know till 6:01 this evening. But right now, we use the information that we have in place. And everything we have in place says prepare for a pullback. Not a guarantee. Watch yesterday's high, because that would say we're definitely headed higher. Otherwise, prepare for a retracement. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
back, folks. So the final two requests for today's show, one being Roblox, R-O-B-L-O-X, the ticker is the name, RBLX is the ticker symbol. The question is it completed a move or just getting started on a mega move? And that's for Jimmy in the Tiger's Den. The answer is, Jimmy, right now today, first, it's only been trading for about 8 weeks, so we have limited information. And that limited information today is going to become bar number 7 of a TD9 count. So what you want to do here, that would mean tomorrow might become bar number 8. You need to see a higher high. So if you see a higher high tomorrow, Tuesday or Wednesday, that could be a signal of a short-term top. So that's the TD9s. Jimmy, you know about the TD9s. That would be the only topping signal that would be in play. Short of that, for a price projection level, all I'm doing is taking the key swing points out here. And the key swing points on the daily time frame that I've got is the high from April the 3rd and the low from May the 6th. Price above the 1.618 expansion. That suggests a move up to 102.99 out there. So that is ticker symbol RBLX. The next question coming in from Sylvia. And Sylvia just wants to take a look at the NQ. And her question basically is, do I see some kind of small pullback? So anything. What's a small pullback? If the NQ pulls back, and it's trading right now at 13,686, it's trading into resistance out here, the pullback should take you to its oscillator and change line. That was the other thing you were asking about, and that is currently priced at 13,544. Do I have a signal of a small pullback? Well, if I take a look at the 30-minute time frame chart out here, the answer is no, I do not. If anything right now, you can see that price is testing its green oscillator and change line on a 30-minute chart at 13,682. If price holds this level, this 13,682 area, this is telling about us a move to the upside. The move to the upside says price will go again and try to take out the top of that daily profile. Will it be able to? That I don't know. But I hope that helps to answer your question, Sylvia. Folks, thanks so much for the questions in the Tiger's Den, coming in by email, the call from Marvin. We love it all. Stay tuned for a couple more great hours here at TFNN. I'll be back with you tomorrow on Fantastic Friday, and then that'll be it for about a week. Take care, folks. Be safe out there.